Are you a beginner like me who struggles with the maintenance of your home network server out of fear of breaking something? If you are, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to update Immich in a very beginner-friendly way. Just a bit of background on me and my experience with home labbing or a home server. I've watched dozens of YouTube videos and followed along to a couple, and I've managed to set up a pretty solid infrastructure at home for network storage and image and video storage using Immich. So today I'm going to show you how to update Immich using Proxmox as the hypervisor, using an Ubuntu server virtual machine or VM, and using Docker through that virtual machine. So first off, we need to log into our virtual machine. So because I'm using Proxmox, here is my Proxmox home server. Here is my virtual machine. Here is the console. I'm going to log in. So I use the term Nick. That's not my password, this is my password. So now we're into the home network. Well, we're onto the virtual machine. Now I run CasaOS through Docker, or I use Docker on CasaOS. I don't know the technicals of where Docker sits. Does CasaOS run on Docker, or does CasaOS run Docker? So yeah. So I'm just going to log in here just so we can follow along through the actual file server too. So first, what we want to do is we want to get into, so this is just a visual representation of what I'm going to be running you through. So we want to get into var, we want to get into, in my instance, you may have something different, var lib. We basically want to get to where Immich is living on your server. So var lib CasaOS apps Immich. Basically what we want to do is we want to edit this YML file. There are different ways of doing this, as you'll see. Basically, I'm already running the most up-to-date version of Immich as of the 8th of April 2026. I only updated it today, so I'm just going to show you how to do it, but I'm not actually going to do it. So at the moment, we're running 2.7.2. Now there is another way to make it so it always picks the most recent release. I don't like doing that because every time I've done that, it just broke for me. So whenever I update it, I go into here and I update it to what the latest server is. So as you can see in Immich here, down the bottom left, we'll see the current server that's online is 2.7.2, and that matches the YML file. So how we can update this is we can update it here. However, I'm choosing not to update it here because I want to update it through the Ubuntu server. So what we are going to do is we're going to type in cd, and then we're going to go the same thing. So we're going to go -var -lib -casaos -apps -immich. So -var -lib -casaos -apps -immich. What this does is the server is now directing you into the actual file via the command line rather than the graphical user interface. So what we're going to do now is we're going to enter into this file via this server. So we want to go sudo, which my understanding of what sudo is it bypasses admin privileges. So so we want to go sudo nano. Nano is to open and edit a text or config file, and we want to edit the docker-compose.yml. docker-compose.yml. We hit enter, type in your password, and then that enters into the same file. So we can see pretty much everything here. So the top name, Immich services, services database, shares, 90, and so on. And what we want to do is in the server. We want to use our arrow key and we want to navigate down to the first part where it says Immich machine learning. If you have machine learning, I use machine learning, v2.7.2. So you want to select that v2.7.2, and then what you can do is you can update it. So let's just pretend I updated it to 2.7.2. We also want to go all the way down, keep going until we find another thing that has the previous version number, and you want to update that to the most recent version number. So in this instance, the Immich server is 2.7.2 as well. So you want to update that. So let's just pretend I'm updating that to 2.7.2. What we want to do is we want to press Control plus O on our keyboard. That overwrites the file. We want to then press Enter to save the file, and then we want to press Control X to exit the file. In this instance, I don't want to save it because I've already made all the changes. So now what we've basically done is we've gone in and we've changed it, the compose file, to say pull the most recent, or pull this version of the of Immich. Then the next one we want to run is, well, there is another command, which means now what we want to do is we want to download the version we've changed. We've told the YML file to download. And what that is Docker. So we want to run docker compose pull, enter. What that will do is that will then download 2.7.2. You'll see a couple of bars there will show up. I'm not doing it at the moment because I've already done it and I don't want to break anything. Then secondly, what I do is I type in docker compose down. This turns off the virtual machine and pretty much turns off CasaOS and Immich, so you won't be able to access it. And then what you want to do after that, once you've run this, you hit enter, you type in again docker compose. I've got it written on the side here. You want to type in docker compose up -d. What that command does is that's saying, all right, update, or bring it back up with the new updates. And then what you want to do to confirm that everything has actually been updated, you want to type in, or you want to run docker ps grep Immich. Enter, and then that will tell you what server or what version you're now running. So in my instance, I've got 2.7.2, 2.7.2 as of today. So once you've done that, you'll then be able to reload Immich, and then you'll be able to see that you're running the most latest version of the software, and then you'll be good to go. So hopefully this works for you. If it doesn't work for you, leave a comment. I might be able to help you. If you've watched this video, if you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. I want to try and start making more content about home labbing and what we can do to protect ourselves in the age of AI and subscriptions and things like that. If you are someone who leaves your content on the cloud, just remember that the cloud is just someone else's computer. With that in mind, I think now's the time, right now is the time to start hosting your own software and create your own network. That way you have control of your own data. In the age of AI and in the age of data scraping, now has never been a better time to take control of your own data and your own content. So with that in mind, free the voice. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.